Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, where I'll be talking about the movies, of course, TV shows, merchandising, themes, I don't know, whatever. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about it. So, alright, I'm going to be reviewing something I've been meaning to do for a while, but finally got to it. Alright, don't expect me to do this too often to talk about TV shows, really. So, okay, Star Wars, true. Oh, yeah. So, okay, of course, watch this on Disney Plus, obviously. What I was going to say is that I don't really review TV shows that often, really, because I'm more of a reviewing type of a individual, I guess you can say. Yeah, I'm more of a movie person, okay? I got nothing against shows. I did review shows before. It's just on a some occasion, if anything. Let's put it out there. I know that's more of a me thing, really. And yes, I know since Star Wars is an has an expanded universe. Yes, I'm kind of obligated to talk about this in that regard because I have to review a lot of the content, of course, which I've been meaning to do anyway. I've been meaning to watch more Star Wars related TV shows anyway. So since it's going to be a good while since the studio is going to make any more Star Wars movies, it eventually will, but it's going to be a while. Anyway, whatever. As always, it's not about the plot, so I'll just go and give a brief summary, like always, and just give my general thoughts of it, of course. Anyway, so whatever. Of course, it's gonna be a sci-fi space adventure with action, explosions, and all that, chases and whatever, I guess, and whatnot, of course. Anyway, so there are these four kids, and so they're like the primary focus of this. I mean, we do see various other characters, obviously, but they're the main focus because of this. Because these four kids did make a mysterious discovery on their whole planet, and that leads them to get lost in the strange and dangerous galaxy. So pretty much takes them from this one place they're familiar with to a completely isolated. Okay, I won't say isolated, but completely alienated. No pun intended. Place that they've never been to. So it's actually kind of a mistake. They went here. It was completely unintentional, of course. So yeah, it's not something that, of course, that they would typically do. But oh well. So yeah, there's something like what comes to pirates or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that. Pirates and whatnot. So that's kind of the idea here. Yeah, there's like one of the kids is taking an alien, I guess. But with the humans, but they're friends anyway, regardless. Which of course is a nice touch. I'll give that. But that's I guess the overall basic idea. When you think about it, that's kind of the overall plot of it, really. But I mean, there's more to it than that. I'm just kind of glancing over it in some ways, but that's the general consensus of this. So yeah, I guess I can say that's what this is trying to focus on. Of course, you're gonna have some kind of grand adventure, as you might expect, when it comes to these types of Star Wars type of stuff. And yeah, I guess if anything, it's basically a come of an age story, but Star Wars version of that, I guess. Because these characters have to make the journey back home, plan, and they get lost, of course, and have to undertake this journey, assuming they live, of course, because there's like so much danger surrounding these characters, quite obviously. So there you go. So yeah, it's part of the Star Wars space opera, of course, and whatnot. And so yeah, that's basically what this is about. They have to find a way to get back home. Whether they succeed in doing that, I don't know. I guess you just have to find it for yourself, folks. But that's the general idea when it comes to this kind of thing. So anyway, that's gonna be say when it comes to story wise, really, and whatnot. Again, I know I'm skimming a lot of stuff. I'm aware. Of course, there's gonna be lots of danger and whatnot with these characters and whatnot. But anyway, in the grand scheme of things, I thought this was it was fairly decent. Of course, it was actually pretty alright. The acting, for the most part, was actually pretty good, of course, and whatnot. The special effects were good, considering the fact that it's a TV show. When it comes to TV shows and movies, you don't have much time as you do with a movie, I guess. So it's kind of restricting in a lot of ways. You have to produce these TV shows fairly quickly, of course. So with all things considered, these special effects here are quite good. Again, all things considered. So that's definitely as a plus side. The acting, for the most part, as I was saying, is not too shabby. The set pieces are decent, of course. When I say set pieces, I'm referring to the action sequences. They're fine. Again, all things considered. As for the set pieces for everything else, we see the characters talking and walking, all that jazz. Whether it's indoors or outdoors, they're nice too. The TV show is definitely well choreographed in that regard, of course. So on a technical level, it's well made. It's really very well made on a technical level. It's well made. I'll give it that. It's probably the best compliments I can give the show. Story wise, just kind of like a hit or miss, but for the most part, the story itself is fine. I mean, it held my interest long enough, so that's something I reckon. So I can't really complain too much in that regard either. The characters are fine for what they were, for what the kind of show they want to talk about. When I say they, I mean the people who wanted to make this show. I personally wouldn't have chosen kids to be the main focus, not just me though. But again, I guess the people who were responsible for the show were trying to do something a bit different. And in some ways, it does feel a bit recycled. It does feel a bit formulaic, I guess, to some extent. But again, it's fine for what it is. It's fine for what they're trying to do. The people who were responsible for this show, the pacing isn't too bad. It's pretty exciting in its own little way. So again, I can't really complain too much for what they're trying to do here. Still feels like Star Wars. Still has that kind of charm to it. So it's all good, I guess. Anyway, at the end of the day, I'll give this an overall rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It's 6.8 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh, yeah. Later.